Welcome today for October 31st, take 10 at 10 for today. So what's going to happen here now is Brian's going to lead you through how to insert links into your slide deck. So it could be links to text or hyperlinks to images and so on. And then he's also going to look at share settings for you. If you have any questions at any time, you can just pop your questions up into the group chat and we'll pause Brian as needed. All right, Brian, you can go ahead and get yourself set up there now.
Sharing my screen now so that you can see how to hyperlink some of some elements of your school improvement into your actual school improvement plan slide deck. Okay, that's been shared with you, and you guys are individualizing and customizing. So that's what we're going to do today in here. So I've gone down and I've made a new slide just for today. Okay, just to mess around in. But often you're going to want to add things and evidence into your slide deck. And when you copy a link in, it can be a really, really long URL, and it's not very pretty and not very interesting for people to click on. So what we're going to do here is, so for our first example, we're just going to have a link to our website. Okay, so I can go out to my school or my board website, wherever that is, and copy a web address and bring it back into my slide deck. And in order to make these words clickable, I just highlight them. Okay, and there's a whole bunch of different ways I can do this. I can click Insert, okay, and add a link. I can click the link icon here in the navigation bar, or I should be able to right-click it and add a link as well. And when I do that, this little editor pops up, and I can paste what I've copied in there and press Apply. And now what's happened is these words have changed color and they're underlined, and when someone clicks on them, they'll be directed out to that link. That's cool, but the neat thing inside a slide deck or the SIP planning that you're doing is that you want to be able to add some of the stuff you're working on with your school in Google. So this time I'm going to maybe link to a SIP planning document that I have in Drive. Okay, because everything in Google can be shared with a link as well. So over here in this tab, I've opened up a planning template that I've been using or pretending to use with a school team. And we're going to get the link to this so that we can take someone from the page right out to it. So we're going to click on Share. Okay, and up in this top corner, we're going to press Get Shareable Link. Okay, so the default setting is usually that anyone at Renfrew County School Board can view it. And that's probably what we want. We probably want people who are looking at our SIP planning document to be able to click on and view this, but not make changes to it. So I'm just going to copy this link, press Done, and go back into our template. Again, I'm going to highlight and either right-click or click this link in the nav bar, the little chain, and I'm going to paste that in. Okay, and that's going to take us now, when someone's in our slide deck and they click on that link, that's going to take them to that document, which is pretty cool. The other way that you can do it, if you don't want to have them clicking on text, is you can have them actually click on an image and then go to that go to a document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on our planning document that I'm using with staff. I'm going to use that snipping tool, Fireshot, that we used in the first video, and capture, say, a part of that document. So now I'm going to say take this chunk of it, right-click on that, and copy that image out of there. Go back into my planning slide deck and paste it in. Okay, so now I have an image that I'm working with. And what's cool now is that you can click on that image and again, get a link. And I already have it pasted from before, so I can paste it in. Oh, it went away. I'll go grab it again. Share, copy link, done. Okay, so we'll paste that in, press apply, and now if someone clicks on that link, they can be taken to document. You may have to indicate somehow on your slide deck that this picture is linked, because it might not be obvious to people. Sometimes what we would do is we'll put a little symbol in the top corner that looks like a chain link, or you could just add some of your text to suggest people click on that. Just a final thought here. While we are into the sharing of this document, it's very likely that you have a document like this planning document shared amongst your staff, but you want people who are looking at your overall SIP slide deck just to be able to view it. So right now we have that anyone with the link in Renfrew County can view. If we needed to make this more public, we could go and change it by clicking more and then choosing anyone with the link, so that people maybe outside of the board or parents or the community could see those links. So that might be something to consider depending on what you're using this template for. But again, the default works very well with anyone with the link can view. But if I do want my staff to be able to edit this document or edit that slide deck, after clicking on share, I can go in and actually type the school code, like Walter Zatto, and then right now one of the drops is a teachers list or an all staff list. And if I chose, say, the Walter Zatto teachers, because I wanted them to be able to work on this planning document and everyone have access, I can again set it so that they can view, but more importantly, probably can edit. I want them to actually write and make changes on it. And I can, if I need to, send this to individual people. So maybe department heads or people who are on my math lead team or whoever it may be, if I don't want it to go to the entire school list. So those are possible as well. I'm going to press cancel on that, but just so you know, that's how you can do that and make those changes. I'm just going to go back to the Hangout now and see if there's any thoughts or questions. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to mute my microphone. What do you think there, Candace?
Okay, so Brian, that was great. If anybody has any questions, you can feel free to put them in the chat. We'll stay on here for a couple minutes if there's anything else you want to chat about. But no, that was good so far. Okay, so Peter's got a question here. Can you make a view only for some and give editing rights to others at the same time? Yes, you can. Brian, do you want to show how you can do that?
Yes, I do. I'm just going to share my screen again here. Perfect. Okay, so I'm back in that planning document. So I'll click on share. So say, for example, I wanted Jonathan to be able to edit that. So I can add him individually and click on edit. And I can press send, and he'll get a notification that he's been given that, that permission. So I'll press send and do that. Now I can go in again, and I can see that it's been shared with Jonathan, but maybe I want to share it with Candace, but I only want her to be able to view. So as I add people individually, I can make those individual changes, and I'm going to press send. The other cool piece of that is once I've done that a few times, perhaps there's a point in time where I need to change somebody's setting, or I need to, if I want to give people edit access for a little while, but eventually I want them to stop editing and just be able to view it. So I can click on this list of names of people who I've added individually. And again, I can see the whole board access. And if I want to, I can remove someone's access by clicking on the X, or I can go in here and say, maybe I want to change Jonathan back to just can view. Okay, so I can make those changes and save those changes, but I can do that individually based on the access that people need in my school. Okay, back to you, Candace.
Perfect, that was great. I hope that answered your question there. Is there any other questions? Okay, I guess we are good. Okay, so we will wrap it up for today. Thank you, Brian, for going through that with us, and thank you, everyone, for joining us.